Well, it's an early start today. I'm getting the bus that leaves at 8:15 to get down to the GP, and I've got a mask up today, which is a bit of a hassle. But it's funny because they got a Kmart. I got a Kmart delivery yesterday, which is fabulous because I didn't want it to happen today because I was going to be away, so that worked out well. But what I noticed is the woman who delivered it, apart from the fact she was a little grumpy for some reason, she wasn't wearing a mask. So that was interesting because I thought the Coles guys always do. So that's interesting. Well, they do during the masking period. So it's going to be, there's still another 3 or 4 days to go with this, and then we'll be back to some level of normalcy again. But in the meantime, got a mask up today, so I've got it in my front pocket. I'll probably walk to the bus stop without wearing a mask. I don't think anybody's going to give a rat's around here. If anybody comes nearby, I'll do the right thing and I'll put it on, because if they're freaking out, there's no point me causing them stress, even though I think they're crazy worrying about it. But yeah, so that's basically it. So I got the 4-tiered garden holders, the metal ones, so they can go outside, and that's really easy. I didn't have to do any real construction at all with that one, so that was great. It came pretty well, just as a concertina design, and I just had to basically open it up, and it was ready to go. So that was a nice change, rather than having to assemble everything that you get from there. So that was good, and everything came. I got all the mattress protector and the cover, and also a couple of pots. So everything was fine. Very good, great service. I love getting stuff delivered. Fantastic. It's going to burn a hole in my pocket because I'm going to be doing some more fairly soon. I've already filled up the pots, so I've still got a little bit more potting mix to go, so isn't over yet. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. I decided to walk to the GPs because I've got stacks of time, made really good time. I actually could have got here even sooner, because there was a 1:10 bus just behind us, and I didn't have the wherewithal to jump off my bus and go on that one, because that goes directly to the university rather than via the winding tracks of going through Trinity Beach. So that takes a bit longer. But yeah, no, this is the way to go. I've got to take my face mask off for a while. So give me a break from that. I can't stand wearing the damn things. So taking a lot of bloody bus fumes though. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, got here really early, so it wasn't an issue at all. So that worked out well, and it'll take me a quarter of an hour to walk down to the GPs, so that shouldn't be too bad. Good exercise, nice day. So what the hell, probably should put my hat on. Hope I don't get caught up at the crossing here. A couple of people just went by. One guy that wasn't masked up. I think the other one was actually smoking a ciggy, so that was interesting. On the bus too, there was a middle-aged woman. She was having a chat to this other woman who was wearing a mask, and she wasn't. I thought she might have been a rebel, but then again, when she got off, her friend got off at Smithfield, she put on a mask. She must have given her one, and then maybe bought her own at the Smithfield shopping centre. I don't know. It was weird. So she wasn't a rebel, or only a part-time rebel. Guy wearing a mask just walked past me, but he said hello, which was nice. I haven't had that up in the beaches recently. I had a good run when I was first looking for a place, but since then I haven't had people being sort of saying hello to me at the beaches. It was something that always used to happen at Kuara. I know it's quite a friendly beach, but not lately. I must look intimidating or something. Not sure what the story is there. But like I said, it's my old stamping ground, and the first guy I walked past actually said hello. So, oh, I don't know. Still happy I'm in the beaches though, very happy. I'm not happy about having to come out here today, because I would have preferred to do it next week when all this masking garbage is finished. It doesn't matter. What the hell? Oh, bad timing. Oh, they let me through? Thank you. There's a lot of traffic. That's yeah, that's typical of this area. Something I've gotten used to is the quiet streets of Kawara Beach. Much nicer. I'll walk on the quiet side of this road anyway, so when I'm heading back down towards the sports ground, the show ground, I'll cross the lights where the school is. No doubt they'll have the lollipop men on at this time of day. It's a nice day. Well, that was the bus ride from hell. Not as bad as some I've had, but the school kids got on again. They weren't badly behaved, but they just slowed down the trip. And when I was in Smithfield, I went to the loo, and guess what? My fly broke. So I have to keep bloody trying to be modest with my shorts, but they're basically have a major malfunction when it comes to the zipper, which is a bit embarrassing. And the lady at Woolworths, she had personality minus at the checkout, didn't even bother greeting me, so that was good. Things went smoothly at Dan Murphy's. At least I got my gin without any problems. But yeah, I told the insulation guy that you can come along a little earlier, and as it turned out, the bus ride's hasn't been the longest bus ride, but it's about 20 past 3. So I said a little after 3, so it's about right. And I think he'll probably turn up about 3:30ish, the way he responded. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Might as well get the job done. I've got the cash on me to pay him, so that went all smoothly, thank God. And it was good to catch up with Lynn, who's got a few pressures at home. And she's a bit of a victim of COVID, because it's going to affect her income with the house she's bought, because she can't have students, which was meant to be the source of income for her. So in effect, I guess she's a small business person who's been affected by the clamp on international students. So it's not good. I noticed about half the students, well, maybe not half, that's a bit exaggeration, a quarter of the kids that got on the bus weren't wearing masks. That's interesting. Maybe there is some hope for the young generation. Could be a good sign for the future. Can only hope. Anyway, tomorrow it's being lifted. They've fast-tracked the removal of the mask mandate from, it was meant to be Sunday, now it's going to be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And I think a few people are already doing it anyway, so we'll see how we go. I don't know if the tradie's showing up. Paul will really give a rat's about it. So he should be here any minute now, I'd imagine. He's not out the front, so I must have got back before him by the looks of things, which is good. Well, the insulation commences. It's big packages. You're going through the manhole in my bathroom up there, and there's a few more out here. There's quite a few of these bats. So you got here around 4 o'clock. So it only takes them there's 2 of them working on it. It takes a couple of hours. It takes a little over an hour apparently. So beautiful day. Not too hot, which I'm sure they'd appreciate, but yeah, so it's happening. Well, it's about 10 to 6. I think the guys got over most of the job. And you can see the sun's going down. Oh, well, the job's finished apparently, so they just got to do the cleanup, get themselves hydrated, because it's a pretty tiring business. They do it pretty quickly, and took about 1 hour 50 minutes. And the whole ceiling is now insulated, so that's nice. So it's another box I can tick off. What I've really got to do is get some shrubs or something in here to provide a bit of protection from the westerly. Hi guys, it's Friday. This is bottling day for the home brew. Now, technically I should actually get the hydrometer reading. It's the same for both days, but I couldn't be bothered, to be quite frank. It's been, normally you just leave it for 5 days. It's been in there for 10 days, so I don't think there's really any need to do that. There's been no bubbling in this, the gas outlet, so you know, it all looks fine. So what I'm going to do is actually transport it. Funnily enough, I'm going to use this cart to do it, which is for gardening use, but this thing's bloody heavy. This is 30 kilos in weight. So I'm going to put it on there and transport it through to the kitchen so that I can do the bottling, because it'll be up a nice bench top. That bench over there would work too, actually, when I think about it. It's actually a bit closer. I could use that one, but it's just with the kitchen, I've got the taps and things a bit more conveniently placed. So once I put it on here, it won't be any additional hassle anyway. I mean, I can just transport it through. I mean, it's a bit of a bizarre way of doing things, but what the hell. So I've got to sanitize the actual, there's a little attachment you put onto the actual tap that's spring loaded. So you put the bottle up, and we push the bottle up against it, it automatically starts to flow. So I've worked out how to put that together, but Morgan's actually didn't even show you how to do it. I had to look at a different video. So they're pretty slack, in my opinion. I don't know why they'd assume you know how this thing works, but they don't. So anyway, look, that's the brew there. It looks pretty right. The temperature seems to be pretty okay. It's between 24 and 26 Celsius, and that seems to be about the right temperature. As I say, I've seen no gas venting whatsoever, so it's probably been ready for a number of days. So I'll probably take a sample just to get a reading of what the actual specific gravity is, but I can almost bank it in that it hasn't changed. And when I did it as a kid, I didn't worry about any of that crap anyway. I just basically gave it the time required and then bottled it. I mean, it's not like this is high stakes anyway, so what the hell? I'm going to throw caution to the wind and just get into it. So what I've got to do is get all the bottles. You can use a sanitizer. I'm using the sanitizer for the actual attachment for the bottle flow, but I'm going to actually just rinse the plastic bottles out with hot water. Someone else mentioned in the video too, and I think that would be fine, because I only had strife when I used the sanitizer years ago, which probably has changed quite a bit. This is a non-rinse sanitizer, so it must evaporate very quickly. The ones that probably used in the past weren't non-rinse, and so that left the residue and affected the flavour of the beer. So it probably isn't an issue, but look, I'm just going to use very hot water to rinse them. The plastic bottles haven't been used before, so there shouldn't be any contamination, and they've been in the house the whole time. They haven't gone anywhere. They haven't been attacked by anybody. There's no pets here. There's just me. So that's basically it. So look, I'll get into it and I'll give you an update report. Just got the keg, the fermenting keg into the garden trolley. And it is a heavy mother, I've got to tell you. It's a bit of an effort. It's definitely a hernia maker, this thing. So I'll just, because I've got tiles, it's pretty easy to take it across. I've got the 4 wheels here. This is the first test I've had of this damn thing. I don't use it in the bloody garden. I'm using it for home brewing. Oh, God. So what I'm going to do is just leave it here and transfer it across to here. And I've got my sanitizer in there. And fingers crossed I don't drop the whole there. It'll be the end of the brew. So Yeah, wish me luck. So I've got some seriously hot water there in the sink. These are the caps that go on the top of the bottles. I'm going to just immerse them in the sanitizer liquid, which is in this container here. Put two 30 ml caps into that water, and I'm just going to rinse the actual bottles themselves. I think that'll be fine, and I'll place them inverted with the caps on in this plastic container and let them drip, you know, drain to the caps, and I'll just open the cap before I actually bottle it to get it done. But it's all in place there. I've got the bucket below. I think I've covered all the contingencies, and it's getting close to that time when we're finally going to bottle these mother and see how it all turns out. Just got the other camera on so you can get an idea what the process is that I'm taking. This is by no means a scientific approach, but it's I'm using a little bit of knowledge I got online from one guy who said just basically rinsed his bottles, plastic bottles, and I don't think I was freaking out about keeping control of all the ones he's just done, but what I'm doing is just capping them. I'm putting them in a plastic container, and it might be double handling a little bit by it. So I just sanitise the caps. I give them a rinse as well, which you're probably not supposed to do. Most of the liquid's out of the bottle. So when I want to cap an individual bottle, I'll just grab one that's been washed like that, and I'm good to go. I'll just drain out whatever's left there, which will be bugger all. So I think this should work. So I vigorously shake it like this just to make sure that all the hot water is immersing the interior of the bottle. It appears a scientific method. I'm down to just 3 more caps, so they must have given us a spare bottle or two, because I've definitely got more than 3 bottles left. So. But it'll be more than enough. Oh, actually, I've got 1 extra one. There's 4 bottles, so they give me 1 extra bottle apparently. This is the tube you use to stick to the actual tap, and then at the end of it you put the spring, and which is here. So there's a little spring arrangement here, and it goes into the cylinder and comes out that end, and when you push it down it opens up the flow. So quite a clever little thing. I'll just give that another sanitise. We're going to need that. And I think that's about it for the time being, but I did get a decent sample, so I'll tell you what, it smells like beer. It's got a nice head, so maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but I reckon we might be onto something here. So look, what I'll do is I need to drop this down there into the bottom of it. I think it's a fair bet that it's finished. I could do another reading and do it scientifically, but I have a feeling it's right up the top. So I mean, it can't go much higher anyway. So it's got no room to move in any case. So I think I can call this as a brew ready to bottle. I think it's a pretty safe bet. So what I'm going to be doing is grabbing this thing, I'll give it a rinse, and these things have been sanitised too. So that's all ready to go. The spring's in there, so you push it up and it springs back. Oh, there you go. No, that's fine. You just basically force it in there. That's fine. Okay. Well, that looks as though it might work. Oh my God, I've got no idea what I'm doing. Anyway, I'll take one of the bottles I've just recently rinsed. I'll invert it. Hey, you might have to buy these caps each time. I'm not sure. I don't think I've destroyed them anyway I just put them on at the beginning of the thing, but again, I'm just feeling my way through this. Anyway, so I've got that there, I've got that there. If I turn this on, we should see the liquid in there, hopefully. Oh, there you go. Okay, so it looks as though we're ready to bottle. So what I need to do is push it up like that. And if I put it down, yeah, it's filling. Oh my God, it's working. Amazing. As Mr. Harry Hu would say. I've been watching some old Get Smart episodes. Great show. Okay. Now, I don't know how high up I should go. Should I go any higher? It is dripping, so it's always good to have a... Now there is a tip that I saw online. Squeeze the bottle. See, it's plastic. You can actually squeeze it. Get rid of any... Oh, well, I forgot to do something basic. You're supposed to put the... shows what a novice I am. You're supposed to put the... I forgot about this. You have to put the carbonisation drops in. So I forgot to do that. Bad man, bad. Okay, there's 1, 2. Okay, so that the carbonisation drips are in. Now just tightly seal that. And I'm going to put it in a plastic container. I think it'll be fine like that. So you can see that what I've done there is I've actually taken that advice and put it up there. But I'll do it both ways. I'll leave a bit of air and see what happens. But I'll do it this way for a couple, and then we'll just, you know, mix it about a bit. What the hell? You only live once. Now this time I'm going to do it the way they advise, and that is to put the two drops. All these ones are together. Very chummy. Look at that. I think are they breeding? Carbonation drops breeding, there you go. Actually, I'll double check it is 2 drops because I don't want to do the wrong formula. So look, I'll show you this one other time. This is actually working okay, I can't believe it. I never expected this to work. This is a lot easier than the good old days when I was a kid and did this. Bottling was a lot harder. This is quite a simple process actually. Alright, all done. Actually, what time is it? Actually, I have pretty well siphoned out the 12:43. I reckon it took me about an hour maybe to do all this up. Well, I'm only guessing, I didn't time it. I probably should have. I've got, let me just see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's interesting because I've got more caps, so 20, that's all the bottles I've got, so 29 bottles have been done. The actual fermenter is right down to where the actual tap is, so I guess that means it's pretty well done. I'll give you an idea of what's, there's the, just trying to get in the right angle here so you can see the bin. There we go. The bin is actually, I didn't get that much wastage, only a little bit of spillage there, a little bit of stuff splattered against the cupboard door, but overall, you know, pretty easy process to do. It's just that I'm sweating so much. I feel like I did the insulation of the ceiling last night because those guys were taking in a lot of water. They were really pumped to do it. They do it quickly. They get in and get out and get it done as fast as they can. So they expend a bit of energy, but I've got no excuse. I guess my fitness level ain't that brilliant. But anyway, I've got it done. Now it's just a matter of me putting it into I'll put these bottles into the plastic container. So if there is a spillage or something happens, at least I'll be protected. The floor will be protected to that extent. So, and I need to leave them for 2 weeks minimum. I might try one around 2 weeks' time, and if I've got a bit of self-restraint, I might just leave it a bit later than that for the next lot. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, now it's just a waiting game basically. A minimum of 2 weeks, and the longer the better after that. So I'll try to, yeah, I won't go through the whole lot. I've got my gin to keep me warm, so maybe a bit deadly having all this alcohol in the house. I don't know if that's such a great idea. But anyway, I've got to learn some self-discipline, don't I? So we'll see. I think these are all going to fit into the one container. These Bunnings plastic containers I use for moving, and they're great. They're very versatile. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment, or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.